And we've got an awesome interview coming up.
We do indeed. We have our new friends from SPACEJUMP who are now sort of starting to lay the foundations to Perth esports scene, something that's been just blowing up over the past decade around the world.
100%.
So
you know more than I do, but yeah, it's been crazy.
It's been wild, and we can't wait for their event this Sunday down at the Wrecker-Bite. But till then, here's our interview with SPACEJUMP. Hey guys, we're joined by SPACEJUMP, Aiden and Alicia here on Boom Radio for ahead of their event of the Supersonic Cup, which is a esports tournament here in Perth for Rocket League. So guys, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Walk me through what actually is SPACEJUMP. What has brought you guys sort of to putting all this together?
Yeah, so Aiden and I have been friends for over a decade now, really, and we've had a shared passion of gaming, and that's sort of how we'd spend most of our time hanging out. And then also our third founder, James, as well, is a big gamer. So between all of us, we love gaming, we love esports, and we, again, were quite frustrated as well with the lack of an esports scene here in Perth. We've seen lots of TOs and like tournament organisers come and go over the years, but it's sort of never taken off. So we have sort of thought, like, we've got a festival and event management background, so we thought, let's combine those skills with the passion that we have for gaming and esports and see whether we can have a go and make it work. So
you mentioned your festival events background. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the three of us all have a different but similar pathway. I'll speak for myself and I'll let Aiden chat about his background. But I've been in the industry for over 15 years now. I sort of started when I was in high school as a little front of house volunteer at lots of events and things and grew my way up there. I've worked in like music industry, Melon Events and Sony Music and things like that, and
awesome.
sort of pivoted towards more performing arts. So I've worked at Art Rage and Fringe World Festival and those sorts of things, which has given me the experience of, super large scale events. And then I sort of went into local government, which, it's for some, it's not for me. And then also sort of the more recent corporate job I held was with Pentanet, and that was sort of my introduction into the gaming world and tech world with that. And that was just over 12 months ago. I finished up with them and launched SPACEJUMP.
So I've followed a similar trajectory. I've gone from working at Optus Stadium originally.
Oh, nice.
So that was quite fun, large events there, just being kind of bar manager there, figuring out how those kinds of events work. And then from there, I progressed along into Art Rage as well, supervising different girls' school cinema and rooftop movies events there, heading through into ECU now, where I currently work, doing events there too. I've kind of worked around at a bunch of other organizations as well, just working for various events and bringing it together to want to do esports. I think it's a wicked wombo combo that we have. And then James, our third co-founder, has over 10 years in experience in IT, systems management and programming. So
he's our land man.
A tech wizard. So very cool.
No, that's awesome, guys. So you guys are sort of trying, like, essentially at this point, is SPACEJUMP almost a full-time job then? Well, basically is.
Yeah, like we've got it sort of started as a side hustle. We had our day jobs and we're doing this, and then it sort of took off a lot quicker than what we were expecting. So we're sort of, I think, putting in full-time hours into SPACEJUMP, like that north of 40, 50 hours a week on top of the other things that we're doing. So it's a lot, but it's like we love it and it's good fun, and we're hoping sort of as it keeps going and takes off, we'll transition it into being, that nice little full-time dream that we all hope for. So
what have been what are some of your goals when it comes to building the Perth esports scene sort of moving forward?
I think I'll speak a little bit as to why this is our first event, what our sort of entry into why we even did it this way, and then Aiden can speak to the goals after this. But essentially when we launched SPACEJUMP, we were like, let's just send it and start off with a big event. So we put in for a City of Perth grant because we're like, cool, let's show the government that it's sort of worthwhile. If they believe in us and we can do it justice, then maybe we can launch it from here. So it was about 12 months ago we had the idea of putting in for a grant and doing that. So December last year we applied and we got the grant, and that's sort of we've spent 6 months from January this year really working towards this one major event as sort of a let's go in with a bang, really do it big and proper for the first one. Just sort of get our footing, get everything out there.
Yeah, as for we've now, we're to do this event on Sunday. It's very exciting, but we definitely have some also exciting aims for the esports scene post this event. We're definitely wanting to push that Rocket League game forward, continue to host more tournaments, both online and in person. So very much looking forward to that. And at the same time, we're also going to be looking into other esports as well, hosting other tournaments, same format, both online and in person. And wanting to kind of work with the already established communities like the uni esports guild, guild clubs, and also trying to work out and see what other organisations here in Perth are interested in gaming and esports. So
So that was our first little bit there with Space Jump. It's going to be a super, super exciting weekend. But definitely please stick around because we have part 2 of our interview with Space Jump just around the corner. And of course, don't forget you can get your tickets from spacejump.dg for $20. We'll see you Sunday. Until then,
lessons learned, floodlights. You're on Boom.
You're on Boom. You did mention the City of Perth grant. I actually wanted to sort of just touch on that briefly. Have you had any sort of challenges trying to convince them to sort of back an esports event in Perth?
I think just with our experience, I've done a lot of grant writing in my time. I sort of know the angle and what they look for with these things, that a lot of the Supersonic Cup is about more than just the esports. We've got live entertainment, musicians, magicians, where we've got personalities, as we call them. So we've got like Matt Hale and Sev and a few different people. So they're all sort of coming together, which is, I guess, a guise of what the City of Perth was looking for. Definitely. So we sort of went in our grant of like, hey, this is what we're doing, and then esports is this nice little treat on the side. So we were really lucky. We only put one grant application in and got it. So it wasn't too much of it was tricky. Like, it took us a while to put this grant together, but we were super lucky that we only had to do one. It didn't take too much convincing. So we're hoping to use this as the precedent for future grants to sort of convince the government of, hey, like, we got a good turnout from this and lots of people were interested and there was a lot of community engagement. So it's not been too bad, but it could be easier.
What have been some challenges organising the actual event itself, like working with the Rechabite, working with also some of the talent? Like, what have been some of the challenges you guys have faced when it comes to organising this event?
I think the uncharted territory of everything for people. Like, the Rechabites never hosted an esports event. A lot of people haven't seen an esports event in Perth to this scale, so we're all sort of going at it blindly, I guess. So sort of working together of how things are going to work within the venue and the different levels and the network and the LAN and all that sort of thing, just because there's nothing for us to refer to of how it's been done in the past. So been a really fun challenge to work through, to be honest.
Yeah, I think a super interesting thing that we've had to really discover is the communications out to both players and people and other community members that are participating in the event, like our stall holders. Speaking to the players is different to speaking to the audience members, and trying to get like a good base of players that are engaged, wanting to be a part of it and are always wanting to, have their say. I think a big part that we've really delved into is always asking for feedback. Like, how can we, make this a better experience for everyone involved, whether you're a player, audience member, or a market stall holder.
What made you guys sort of pick the Rechabite? What made this venue sort of the perfect venue for you guys to end up running this event?
We never really had a discussion about what venue we should choose. It was just always assumed we'd go to the Rechabite. I think just with mine and Aiden's background with Art Rage, and the owner of the Rechabite, Marcus Canning, was the old CEO of Art Rage. So we've had that close working relationship with Marcus, and also the sell of esports to venues was always going to be a bit of a challenging thing. So we kind of, who do we know, who do we trust, who would take this risk on us in this event? And the Rechabite was always just the common assumption that we'd go there. And also it's just a really dope venue, to be honest, with the 3 levels. It's a unique way of watching esports that isn't, just a theatre with a screen and a couple of PCs on the stage. Like, you've got the balconies, which will have market stalls and lots of different things happening. So it's just a super unique way of doing it.
I think there's a whole atmosphere there. Whereas there's being a music venue, it's there to create a whole vibe and an atmosphere for everyone that attends. And that's what we're wanting to do with this event as well. And in uni I interned there as well, so I knew it quite familiar. And so why not? The Rechabite, something new, something cool.
And of course, the last one I wanted to ask was, who are you rooting for this weekend, and why is it the frequent flyers? I must know this question. I must know the answer to this.
I don't know. We're not. I'm going to be impartial and say I'm the one organising the tournament, so I cannot pick sides. To be honest, I went through and looked at all the story arcs. Right,
Yeah.
I love the narrative of each team, and of the 4, we have 2 that came in and won their set, qualified as fast as they could.
Yep.
We have the Virgin Frequent Flyers, and we have Team Gaming Esports Club.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be so rough.
No, it should be a wicked.
I'm so excited to play at high level.
In front of an audience too.
Exactly.
Like, how cool.
It's going to be so fun.
He doesn't stop talking about it. I'm not joking. Are you going to come watch me at Record guys?
Love it.
I've been banging on it, man. We're going to get people down here.
Yeah, have to. And then I guess the other teams that we have, Blooming Good Gaming, have a really cool arc. They lost their very first match and have won everything since, and are so coming on the back of the full redemption arc. Let's see if they can take out the title. And then Vody Red as well. I think they're a strong contender. So I reckon it'll be a great day. It should be some wicked competition. I can't wait to see the players in front of an audience.
Do you guys have something planned in the future? Have you got more events kind of in the pipeline?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely, as we said previously, we're wanting to do more tournaments, and there will be more this year. Information will drop very soon about what's coming up, particularly for online. As you know, we're doing the Rocket League, so that will be continuing. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on that. Liz, did you want to speak to the activation?
Yeah, we're also part of like our plan and stuff just to get esports and gaming out there is popping up with activations at a number of big popular events and festivals around Perth. So we're going to Frothtown, we'll be at Sneakerland, Pixel Expo, all these different things. So we'll have all our information there too about our esports tournament. So if you want to check us out, chat in person, let us know what tournaments you want to do, definitely come find us at these events and we can chat.
Yeah, plug yourself. Where are you at? Kind of what are your socials?
Honestly, look up spacejump.gg on all the things and we're some variation of that handle.
Awesome.
Buy your tickets, spacejump.gg, $20, cheap as chips with a $2 handling fee. It's going to be a lot of fun, so get down and witness some esports history in Perth. It's going to be a ton of fun. And that was our interview with Space Jump. Thank you guys again for, thank you, Aiden and Alicia, for joining us for that interview. It's a ton of fun talking to you guys and sort of seeing what's in the works for this weekend's huge event at the Rechabite. So of course, again, get down to the Rechabite this Sunday for some Perth esports. If you're into your esports, you're into your gaming, it's going to be a great day for you. There'll be plenty of market stall holders. It's going to be a lot of live acts there, and of course some great Rocket League action, including yours truly. So get on down, and you may even meet Atlas there. Who knows? Until then, this is Boom Radio. We'll see you after the break.